Welcome to Bass Talk with Hagen and Hayes. Today's bite-sized podcast is my favorite bass piece. Hi, Susan. How are you?
I'm doing well, David. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. And what's your favorite bass piece?
It's such a hard choice,
Mm.
honestly, but
Yes.
we had talked about this as a topic, and I decided it has to be Bottesini's second concerto. And the reason for that is the very first time I heard that piece, I was probably I had driven in high school, so I was probably maybe in
Mm.
the 10th grade. And that was the piece that made me decide I had to become a bass player. I said, or at least I couldn't die until I had played that piece. And I haven't had that reaction to a lot of pieces in my life. I do have a bucket list, but it
Mm.
was so stunning, so moving, so vocal and singing and beautiful that I just thought, if I don't get to play this piece, it's not worth it. So that was my piece. And I did. I went when I went to college, my teacher actually asked if there was any music that I was, had on like for a
Yes.
goal. And I said that piece and he sort of said, okay, well, that won't be quite yet. Um, but I learned it when the time was right. He prepared me, gave me all the tools first so that I wasn't overwhelmed. I think what I love about the piece or about Bottesini's composing in general is just the vocal quality. It's so singing and beautiful and so much fun to play. It makes the bass sing. And since then, I've performed it with piano, with string orchestra, with full orchestra multiple times. I've certainly
Mm.
gotten mileage out of it. I just love it. How about you?
Well, mine is um, by František Černý, who's a Czech bass player composer, and it's a piece called Nocturno and Intermezzo. And I heard my teacher play it, František Pošta. And when I studied in Prague with him in 1986, we were there for about 10 or 11 days. And the night before we came home, he had a recital in Prague. And he rarely played, apart from the orchestra in Prague. He didn't do solo recitals there. And he was doing half a recital. And he played this piece. And I thought it was magical, absolutely magical. And it's lyrical and it's fast and virtuosic and it sings. It's everything that he did really beautifully. And so I managed to get hold of the copy. I think he sent me his copy, and I learned it. And then when I was having lessons, when I went back for some more tuition, I had lessons in his house. So often I'd play the Grancino bass, and that was originally owned by Czerny. So it had gone from Czerny to Suresh, who was Poshta's teacher, and then went to Poshta. So I was playing Czerny's music on Czerny's bass. So it was such a privilege. It was such amazing, um, amazing time. And it's a piece I always come back to. I still love it. If I have to play any piece, as long as the pianist is decent, because it's not the easiest piano part,
Mm.
then that's my go-to piece always.
That's great, and I'm excited because that's a piece that I don't know, like, I've never
Mm.
learned it, and the way you talk about it makes me wanna grab a copy of it and learn it, and I love the heritage of having played Czerny's music on Czerny's bass, like you and I have both played Kuzovitsky's music on
That's it.
Kuzovitsky's bass.
Yes.
You feel like the soul of the piece is in the bass, and that's
It's such a privilege. It was so nice, and I think it's probably Czerny's best piece. He wrote about 10 salon pieces and 4 concertos, and he wrote a method and a books of studies. And I followed that school because I studied in Prague with Kosta. I'm part of this Czech school, so my students learn Czerny's music as well, and I just love it. It's old fashioned these days. It's very of its time. It's late 19th century. But if you like singing on the bass and like really demonstrating what a brilliant instrument it is without really showing off, this is a good piece for you.
well, I feel like there's a lot of room for that kind of romantic time period music. I think there's still space for that to be played. I think people really enjoy it. So
I'm just working on a new edition, a new digital edition.
perfect.
And it's just been recorded again by my friend Simon Marciniak in Germany. He's done a really nice CD of Czech music, 2 pieces by Czerny. And the CD ends with Nocturno and Intermezzo. So it's
Beautiful.
sort of coming full circle, which is nice. It's suddenly other people are realizing the quality of this music. As I say, the style is maybe a little out of out of date at the moment, but it will come back. Things always turn full circle.
Well, they always do. And good music is good music. So now we know to keep our eyes peeled for that new edition.
Exactly. So I could have chosen Bottesini's second concerto because I think it's a magnificent piece. In fact, I was practicing it this morning. I still love the piece. It doesn't matter which movement you play. It says something to you.
Always beautiful. It's always beautiful. So I hope everyone checks out both of these pieces and learns, learn them. If you don't know them, learn them. And if you do know them, play them again. Wonderful. Well, thank you for listening to another bite-sized podcast from season 3 of Bass Talk with Hagen and Hayes. Like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, and we will see you soon for another bite-sized podcast. Bye, everybody.
Bye.